Are you thinking about moving to Canada? Well, before you pack your bags, it is important to know that not all places in Canada are created equal. In this video, I'll be taking you on a wild ride through some of the worst places to live in the country as a student or temporary resident. From cities with high living costs and low job opportunities to areas with poor public transportation and limited cultural experiences, we will explore them all. I'll also be sharing some tips on how to make informed decisions about where to live in Canada and how to avoid the pitfalls of living in a less than ideal location. Moving to a new country can be both exciting and daunting, but with the right information, you can make a smooth transition and start your new life in Canada on the right foot. So hold on to your seats and let's explore the worst places to live in Canada. Hi, my name is Kiko. Hope you're doing well and welcome to my channel. Let's start with St. John, New Brunswick. With a population of about 67,000, this city might seem like a decent place to settle down, but don't be fooled. The economy is mainly based on industrial operations, including a major oil refinery, which means there aren't many job opportunities outside of the industrial labor. While you can enjoy some of the city's rich history and culture on a short visit, you might want to think twice before relocating there as a worker permanently. Now, let's head over to Elliott Lake, Ontario. This small town might seem quaint, with a population of just over 10,000 and a tight-knit community, but it has a history of negligent oversight. And as a student, I will not advise you to reside in the city. You may ask why. Here is the reason. In 2012, a shopping mall collapsed, causing the deaths of 2 women after a civil engineer declared that the mall structurally sound after accepting a bribe. This incident sparked outrage among community members who felt that the government had not acted in the best interest of its citizens. If you are liking the list so far, and if you know any other cities which you think might not be the best for beginners in Canada, comment down below. Next up is Dolbeau, Mistassini, Quebec. While the city provides considerable employment opportunities to residents through its paper mill, the milling process creates a distinct and overpowering stench that can be smelled throughout the city. Those stenches are toxic to your health as a student or perhaps as a worker or even as a resident. But that's not all. It recorded that the city has a notably high crime rate and you've got a less than ideal place to call home. But you will never understand the impact of online resources in this 21st century until you decide to reside in Truro, Nova Scotia. The city is infamous for its insufficient online resources, and as students or a resident, I understand the access to online resources for your research. This city can't be the best for you to call home. Adding to it, a Salvation Army thrift store and donation location were asked to vacate the building it rented last 2022 for seemingly no reason, while other tenants were not given any notice to vacate. How on earth can such thing be done? Well, you won't love to stay in such a place where you don't have the security of protection and right on the property you rented with hard-earned money. I know right now you will be eager to know the next city on the list. But there is something remarkable about the city I am about to show. One thing you should always consider when residing in any location, whether you are a student or perhaps a newcomer in Canada, is your safety. That's why heading west to North Battleford, Saskatchewan to reside is not the wise choice. The city is still labeled as the most dangerous place in Canada, ranked highest for firearm offenses, breeding, and impaired driving. North Battleford is not a safe haven. Having seen the city of North Battleford, let's move on to Sarnia, Ontario. The city is widely recognized as the home to several industrial entities that provide employment opportunities to its residents. But wait, the unfortunate thing about the city is the pollution that is produced by these factories. This pollution event has made the downtown of Sarnia an almost no-go zone. Yes, this is due to the risk of exposing citizens or residents to harmful chemicals and materials. Another on our list is Shawinigan, Quebec, and typically saying this city is not looking so good economically. As we know, the main sources of employment and industry, including aluminum manufacturing and paper processing, have diminished, and the economy has been steadily declining. And to make matters worse, new tariffs on steel and aluminum announced by the United States have only made things worse. Lachute, Quebec is yet another city on our list, and it is fueled by industry such as lumber and paper mills. The community has grappled with numerous issues, including a higher than average crime rate and significant pollution. But perhaps the most glaring downside of living in Lachute is the fact that there simply isn't much to do in terms of recreation. Last but not least, we have Port Alberni on Vancouver Island, which is considered to be the most dangerous city on the island and ranks 19th among the most dangerous cities in all of Canada. So being a student or worker or a resident, if you're concerned about general safety, you might want to skip over this one when considering a new place to call home. Now we talk about some of the worst cities to live in Canada if you are new in the country. But now, you might be wondering, where are the best cities then for newcomers to Canada? Well, you are in luck because in my next video, I'll be sharing with you the top cities for new immigrants or temporary residents to live in Canada. Make sure to stay tuned for my next video and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on any of my future content. So there you have it, folks. Having taken a tour with me of some of the worst places to reside as a student or a worker or a newcomer in Canada, it's definitely worth looking into these cities in mind if you ever decide to move north of the border. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more useful tips and information. Ciao!